You are watching Hayes High Soccer on Tribe Broadcasting. Tonight, the Indians will look for their fifth win of the season in a key Western Athletic Conference matchup as they get set to take on the Garden City Buffaloes. And with that, we welcome you into tonight's game on this beautiful Thursday evening here at Hayes High School. Alongside me, Ethan Dague. I'm Hank Corsair. And Hayes High has been looking very strong. They're currently second in the WAC standings, and they have shown through just 7 games that they have some key pieces that can get the job done this year.
Yeah, absolutely, Hank. We have Mason with 5 goals in the last 3 games. He is one of those players that you would see stepping onto the field, not thinking too much about, and then he comes out and scoring 2 goals against Great Bend a couple days ago, Tuesday. A couple of the other ones is Ivan. Ivan is a sophomore. He is one that you look at from the stands, and then he performs how he looks. He is bigger. He does really good. And another one that has stepped up over a starter is Kale. Kale has been put in at half of a game, and Kelly cannot take him out with his height out there. He goes up. He's a defender, and he goes up during corner kicks to help out with headers to try to get a goal. And so those are some of the 3 players that you guys should be watching tonight.
And looking at Garden City in tonight's game, this is a team that's been a thorn in the Indians' side as the Buffaloes have won 8 of the last 10 matchups, with all those wins coming from a winning streak that lasted from 2018 to 2023. So tonight, Hayes has a big opportunity to get a 2-game winning streak on the Buffaloes. And with many saying that the Indians enter this game as the favorite, Garden City has shown that they are a fighting team with just 1 win on the year, but all 6 of their losses have come by 1 point, including a 2-1 loss to Dodge City on Tuesday. And I was talking with Faden Heilman for Hayes High before this game, and he said when you look at this team on paper, not much impresses you, but when you look at the competition that they face, it's a completely different story.
Yeah, absolutely, Hank. The competition is really good. I mean, last week, Thursday, a week ago today, we lost to Dodge City 7-0, and they just, in Garden City, lost to Dodge by 1 point at home Tuesday. So it's definitely going to be a game for you guys here, and you're going to have to step up. I don't think Case High has the potential to win, but we're going to have to get all these kids come out and perform how they know they can, and just they need to be mentally there as they are physically there too.
And with the talent Hayes High has, and many people saying this is the best team that they've had in recent years, you've got to think that a win tonight against a WAC opponent and a team that's a whole class above them is going to be a momentum builder, especially as you look at the next 5 games that the Indians have and even the road beyond that.
Yeah. Some things for the Hayes High is the possession. Big thing is they work on this constantly during practice. They're out doing drills. That's one of the first drills they do warming up for the game is possession. So hopefully you're going to see a lot of possession between Hayes High. Another thing is their passes. I mean, the other week ago Thursday, they had 85% pass completion rate, which is really good for high school. And then the one thing that we are going to need if we want to win this game, it's going to be shots on goal for a target. We have 45 shots the last Tuesday against Great Bend, but only 2 went in. So we're going to need to be able to step up correction, 3 went in. So we're going to need to be able to take the shots and make sure they're on target to be able to pull over and win this game.
And as you look on your screen, you see the next 5 games on the road for both teams. Should be an interesting matchup tonight as they look ahead, and we'll have the start of tonight's game when we come back. We welcome you back to Hayes High School as we are about ready to get things underway as Hayes High in search of their 5th win of the season. Meanwhile, on the other side, Garden City looks to break a winless streak that goes back to September 7th where they got their lone win against the Newton Railers by a final score of 3-2. But like we said in the pregame show, this is a team that, despite not looking the best on paper, they have faced some tough competition, and this is going to be a tough team for Hayes High to deal with tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, Hayes High is going to have to come out and bring their A game if they want to have a chance in this game. But I have no doubt in my mind that Hayes High won't. You know, we got Kale, Ivan, and Mason, like I said earlier, and let alone and Cooper out there too. But you know, it's going to be a good game.
Look at the goalies for tonight's game. For Hayes High, it'll be the senior Kenny Fisher getting his seventh start of the season tonight. Meanwhile, for the Buffaloes, it'll be junior Jorge Barahona. And Mason Schleicher will get things underway, and here we go from Hayes High School. Cooper Johnson will head it upfield. Hayes High will waste no time. Some back and forth work there as Ivan Maldonado able to get it back for Hayes High. Jacob Hemphill will throw it in. Hayes High just working back and forth, trying to get the offense going early. At the halfway line, they'll work it back a little bit. Kenny Fisher will run up. And we'll get it over to Breckenati. Saw there Jacob Hemphill try getting the pass up to Henry Spino. Hayes High was working their offense back early, but try to make a push, and now Garden City is going to come up with it. Now we'll see a push here from Garden City is able to break it up and get the interception. Breckenati. Pass upfield was intended for Henry Spino, but goes out of bounds. Throwing it in there for Garden City will be number 8, Daniel Lozano, the defender. we're back. We apologize to everyone for the technical difficulties, but we're back with just under 34 minutes to go in the first half. Ace High working the ball on their field as they pass it up to their sophomore forward, Ivan Maldonado. Hit out of bounds by Jefferson Maltez for the Buffaloes. In that time, we saw Hayes High make some strong pushes on offense, but Garden City's showing their defense early on in this game.
Yeah, like I said, Hayes High is going to keep them on possession. They're going to work back to because you don't win the game with the other team. Kenny there.
It's the first shot attempt of the game for the Buffaloes, and the first shot on goal as well. See the ball will go out once again. That time was passed up by Jalen Smith. Now Garden City trying to do some work over on the top left flank. Now they'll get a pass upfield, and Preston Parr jumping up to break it up. Garden City able to get it back, and now they're going to do a 1-on-3. And a slide tackle attempt there by Cale Schween. Now Garden City has to pull it back. One of Hayes High's defenders able to kick it back. As Hayes High had to move up to their defensive third. Now Henry Spino on a breakaway just had the ball get away from him. We'll pass it back to the goalie once again for Garden City. It is Jorge Barahona again getting the start tonight at goalie for Garden City. So work back and forth from the back third. It's between Lozano and Espinoza. Now they'll try to run it up a little bit. Henry Spino there to break it up. Now a boot downfield. It's the second team WAC selection from a year ago, Death Rage, and now they'll go up front, and Kenny Fisher getting his second save of the night. Or correction, his third save of the night. Now Hayes High trying to get on the breakaway. They tried passing it upfield to Maldonado, but just gets away from him, and now he gets it back on the corner, trying to do some work against Tristan Bernal. Now Hayes High attempting their first corner kick of the night, and it's saved by one of the defenders for Garden City. Now we'll see Barahona attempt his first goal kick of the night, as the junior goalkeeper sends it downfield. Up into the middle third, Hayes High able to get it back. And an interception there by Gilberto Castro. Hayes High trying to make the steal from behind, and now they'll go upfield. Number 21, Carlos Guerrero, and he works over to the corner again. Cale Schween there on the defense. And we're going to get an offsides call for Garden City. First one of the night for either team. Now with it for Hayes High, it'll be the junior defender, Jacob Hemphill, working upfield. And they try passing up to Henry Spino just a little bit too far ahead as it goes towards the corner on Garden City's defensive side. They'll get a throw in for Lozano. Working it back toward the goal, just trying to keep it away from the strikers and forwards for Hayes High. Now Henry Spino, a pass up ahead. And it's off the head of number 16, Gilberto Castro. And a try going in, but just missed
Yeah, that's one thing Hayes High really tries to do a lot of is get the ball to the wings and get the wings to put it back in and get on head. That's what happened exactly right there with Ivan. They've practiced that numerous times in practice.
We'll see another goal kick from the 6 for Barahona. It goes off the head of one of Garden City's players, and now Hayes High trying to pass it up ahead once again. He'll end up back into Spino's range, but it gets away from him. Now Hemphill will set back up the offense, and they'll kick it back over to Kenny Fisher. They'll send the sophomore Breckenati to kick it upfield, and it gets away, intended for Cooper Johnson. Jalen Smith with it. Work back near the touchline. Hayes High working up ahead, and now on the run we'll see Hemphill with a 2-on-1, has to stop near the 30-yard line of the football markings. Now Jalen Smith with it up ahead, trying to get to Henry Spino, but just gets past him as it goes back to the fence beyond the track. No score so far through the first 12 minutes of tonight's game, and Hayes High getting ready to attempt their second corner kick of the night. It'll go in by Maldonado, and it's saved. Hayes High had it on target for the first time tonight, but it was saved by Barahona.
Yeah, and Kale Shreen had that head right there. And, that's another key feature on why we want Kale out on the field is he runs up during the corner kicks. Even though he's a defender, he comes up and tries to get that head on the ball.
Now Garden City on the attack, and Kale Schween hits it with his head once again, this time going out near the corner. As it goes out of bounds, one of Garden City's players fell down. It was Carlos Guerrero, and now the Buffaloes will get their first corner kick of the night. Or correction, it'll be a throw-in. Henry Spino tried to break up the pass. The Buffaloes working around near the bottom of the defensive third, and now we'll pass it back. Trying to go upfield right away. Now with it is Maltez. Gets it broken up and a tackle there from Maldonado. He tries saving it from going out of bounds, but it's near the Garden City bench. The Buffalo's able to get it back, but now Hayes High gets it back right away. So Hayes High will work it upfield. The throw-in broken up by Gilberto Castro. And back to that same spot in front of the Garden City bench. Some deja vu there. It was hit out of bounds near the Garden City bench, and then Hayes High throwing up the field right away. So it gets broken up, and then Hayes High able to get it back. Cameron Luck was running up with it, but it gets taken away from him on the interception. Jalen Smith near midfield. Works up for Maldonado, and he collides with one of the Garden City players, but Kel Schween able to get a hold of it. Work it back upfield is now with his Hemphill. He'll pass it back, let Hayes High set up once again. 15 minutes through the first half of tonight's game. No score so far. Both teams have been attacking really well, but defense has been a factor in tonight's game.
Yeah, with our back line, you got Brecken, Jacob, Kale, and Preston. And that's a really good back line. Right now we got Faden out with a concussion, but Brecken's been able to fill that spot. And between Brecken and Kale alone, there's not going to be many balls that are going to get past them.
And that was one of the keys for Garden City was defense. 6 losses on the season, but only 13 goals scored against them on the year. So we'll get our first substitution of the night. See the junior for Garden City, Davidson Cherilus, checking into the game for the first time. Now upfield, it'll be Daniel Lozano, one of the defenders. And he was able to save it from going out of bounds. The shot was on goal, but Kenny Fisher able to get another save on the night. That's number 4.
Kenny is going to be a huge part in this game. He had so many. He is such a talented keeper. He's probably one of the better ones out on the field, and he is going to keep us in this game if anyone else does.
We'll kick it back to the goalie once again for Garden City. Barahona waits for someone to get open. He throws or kicks it over to Nestor Reyes, the junior defender. Now they'll kick upfield right away. Kale Schween right there on the defense, but Kyle Espinoza there to make a good effort. As Schween gets away from him. And Maldonado there near the flank by Garden City's bench. And now he'll go upfield on a 3-on-1. Moving towards the corner, trying to kick it up ahead, and it goes out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick. Again, to all the fans, we apologize for the technical difficulty tonight, but we're back in with 21 minutes to go here in the first half, still no score. And while we were away, we saw Hayes High make another strong push, and the goalie for the Buffaloes, Jorge Barahona, he is getting his minutes worth tonight. Already 7 saves on the night. Hayes High has 2 shots on goal. Just a defensive game that you're going to see tonight for Garden City. Hayes High will get the throw in from Cooper Johnson. Hemphill working it up, trying to kick it upfield. Now Jalen Smith will work it back. Had 2 defenders on him and has to go back to Preston Parr. Hayes High gets the pass upfield. Cooper Johnson right there. It gets past him. Some spin moves being done there by Deathridge for the Buffaloes. So get the throw in for the Hayes High bench, far upfield. Preston Parr breaks it up and is able to hit it off his head right to one of his teammates. Garden City on the run. Hayes High's got their defenders there. Buffaloes need to stay on sides here. They've already been called for 1 tonight. Those will work up near the line. Kale Schween on the defense, the pass back. And they were able to break it up there. Jalen Smith. Garden City able to get it back. Preston Parr will be on the defense. They'll run towards the corner. And it'll go out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for the Buffaloes as they'll send their forward, Justin Diaz, over. So place it near the flag.
That's the other benefit of having Kale Schween out on the field right now. He is easily the tallest one out there by at least a head, it looks like. So if the ball comes anywhere within near, he's not going to get past him. And just right there, he had the head off the ball.
Garden City able to get it back, and a goal right away, and getting it in there, number 20, Zion Deathridge, the second-team All-WAC selection from a year ago, able to rebound off of the head from Cale Schween and get the Buffaloes on the board 1-0. So Hayes High trying to rebound from that as there's just 18 minutes to go in the first half, and they'll go down the sideline. As Maldonado able to go near the Garden City goal and try getting it in, and it just gets past the goalie, and it goes out of bounds. Strong push there from Hayes High for their 5th shot attempt of the night. Now they'll send Maldonado out to the corner, try to put Hayes High on the board. 17:38 to go here in the first half. This one will roll out of bounds back near the goal line. And they'll get Barahona ready to send it downfield once again. Just taps it over to Tristan Bernal. Garden City trying to slow the pace down a little bit. Still in search of their first win since September 7th. That's going to be the key for them. Just slow down the pace and control the tempo and the momentum.
Yeah,
you got the game in your grasp right now. You just got to make sure it doesn't get away from you.
Yeah, Hayes is the type that wants to move fast. They want to keep the ball moving. They don't want to get the ball stuck on one player too long. So by doing that, it's really going to mess with the Hayes because it's not their play style.
High scoring 14 minutes to go in the first half. See Huckham get ready to throw it in for Hayes High after the ball out of bounds. Cooper Johnson tries working it upfield, trying to hit Oscar Perez, but right there, Daniel Lozano there to get it for the Buffaloes as it goes out of bounds. And he'll get the throw in as well. Now Mason Schleicher going up there against number 7, Eli Ariola. Now we'll see the free kick for the Buffaloes as Tristan Bernal sends it upfield. Bunch of Hayes High defenders there. So they're able to get it out of there. Near the bench, and you saw Mason Schleicher making an effort to go after it, but Castro will get ready to throw it in for the Buffaloes. Hayes High will make a substitution here with 12:45 to go. We're seeing a couple players check in. Eric Cisneros, the junior forward, checked into the game, as well as midfielder Kyler Luck. Kelshween's got the ball, kick it upfield. Trying to get Maldonado, and now doing some work is Kelvy Joseph for the Buffaloes. So we'll try to work it back upfield. Again, a slower pace than usual since they got that goal in the 18-minute mark. Now they'll go a pass upfield, and Kenny Fisher right there to break it up. It was intended for Justin Diaz to try to head it in, but Kenny Fisher able to get his 5th save of the night. Hayes High trying to get the tempo back. Cooper Johnson with it, angling it near the touchline. Now have Breckenati trying to do some work again, working it back up the field, and now a pass will go to Cal Lonsdale. Hayes High trying to get into that attacking third against Garden City, but now Kyler Luck able to break it up there, and he'll pass downfield. Hits Cisneros and gets tripped up a little bit. Cooper Johnson put some power on the ball, but it hit right into the chest of Josh Tamayo. Garden City was just called for the handball, and now Hayes High going to get their first penalty kick attempt of the night. They'll send in Cooper Johnson to do the work with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Trying to get Hayes High on the board. Johnson with the run up, and he's able to get it down the middle and put Hayes High on the board with 9:50 to go.
Cooper Johnson has taken a number of our free kicks or PKs this year, and that is the first one he has been able to successfully put into the back of the net.
And another key to the game there for Hayes High, able to take advantage of the mistakes from Garden City. Now we got a 1-1 tie with 9:50 to go. Now with it, Eduardo Maldonado had it broken up. As Espinosa will cross the halfway line, try passing it up. Oscar Perez there to break it up, and Cooper Johnson trying to do some work. Hayes High will work it back to their defensive third. Cooper Johnson running near the touchline will now kick it upfield, trying to hit Perez. But it'll go towards Barahona. We'll see Garden City go on the attack again. Completely different from where they were a second ago, trying to control the pace of the game. But after that handball and then the penalty kick by Cooper Johnson, they're picking up the pace once again.
Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully we've got it figured out now.
So the ball will roll out of bounds near the Hayes High bench. And Giovanni Rodriguez is getting ready to throw it in as the lights just coming on now here at Hayes High School. Near the center line, just seeing both teams trying to build some momentum and tempo as we're approaching the end of the first half. Now getting ready to kick it in will be Josh Tamayo, the junior defender for the Buffaloes, wearing number 6. Just on the edge of the middle third and the attacking third for the Buffaloes as they'll go near the box. Hayes High's defenders able to break it up as they'll pass it upfield to Lonsdale. Now Garden City able to rebound near the corner, and now they'll pass up and it almost able to get in the goal, but a saved from going out of bounds by Justin Diaz, and now it's rolling towards the touchline, and now should be Garden City ball, and now Tristan Bernal getting ready to throw it back in. Hayes High getting some tight defense as Oscar Perez able to get the interception on the tackle. Now off the head of Johnson. 2 Buffaloes right there as Perez tried getting in there to do something. In this part of the field, we've seen interesting matchups tonight. Hayes High's defense against Garden City's offense as Kenneth Fisher able to get another save on the night. So punt it downfield, right at the halfway line. We'll now get some substitutions in the game. We'll see Henry Spino check into the game and Camden Luck as well. Buffalo's able to get the loose ball. Some tight defense there, and they'll stop some plays. There was a battle there between 16 for the Indians, Camden Luck, and number 9 for the Buffaloes, Jael Espinoza. Second foul call of the game on the Buffaloes. So make a substitution. We'll see Preston Parr get ready on the free kick. So send it upfield as Hayes High's players running up. And able to head it out of there is Isaiah Deathridge. Now Garden City with a 1-on-2. Trying to work it up the field, waiting for their guys to catch up. And that might have been offsides as Ariola will get the pass. And Kenny Fisher able to dive near the edge of the goal and break it up.
Yeah, Kenny is definitely going to be the key opponent of this game. He has already had at least 4 saves, and these are like saves. It should be 5-1 right now without Kenny.
And a lot of Hayes High fans in attendance thought that was offsides, but Kenny was able to collect himself and get the save. Hayes High will get ready to throw it in. We've seen them do this a few times when they're in that area where they just try to throw it upfield instead of working it back, trying to get things going, especially now with just 4 minutes in the first half. Be another free kick this time near the Hayes High bench as Preston Parr able to send it downfield near the penalty box. The Buffalo that was close to him, almost there to get the ball, but Maldonado able to save it from going out of bounds near the corner, and now a boot downfield for the Buffaloes. Recanati now against Ariola. Now a run downfield. It's a one-on-one between Kenny and Ariola, and Kenny able to save it, and this time it goes out of bounds. How about that for Kenny Fisher, making save after save tonight, and that time in a one-on-one situation, had to run up and make the save. Fisher will work towards the right corner of the 6-yard box. Garden City kicking out of bounds near their bench once again. 2:30 to go here in the first half, 1-1. We'll remind everyone, stay tuned for the halftime show here in just a little bit. Garden City's got their 3 defenders there to break up the momentum for Hayes High. They'll work upfield. Now Cooper Johnson trying to get the steal on Kelby Joseph. Now they'll get the throw in from Bernal. He looks for someone open, is able to get it to Joseph. Cooper Johnson wasted no time trying to get there and make the tackle. Now Maldonado with it, passes it back to Schween. Waits for Hayes High to get set up and now boots it downfield. And off the head of Castro. One of Hayes High's players got pushed over. Cooper Johnson will take it upfield, give it to Henry Spino as he runs down on the bottom of the attacking third for Hayes High. We'll try kicking it in, but got a good tackle there from number 4 for the Buffaloes, Tristan Bernal. Both teams fighting for it right now. Joseph was able to come out with it there as he tried passing it up to his teammate. Now it will go backwards. Garden City will just work it back towards their goalie. And now just 1 minute to go here in the first half. Hayes High was trying to build some offensive momentum on the attack a little bit ago, and now Garden City will kick it upfield. Off the head of one of Hayes High's players, Audie. Now Hayes High able to break up that attack, and now they'll send Maldonado up forward. Now Schleicher with it, working towards the corner on a 2-on-1. And that will just roll out of bounds. Hayes High will get another corner kick, their third one of the night. Trying to get the lead with just 15 seconds before we go into halftime. So try it from the corner off the head of Audie. This one will go out of bounds. And they'll call for a goal kick, but that's not going to matter as there's just 2 seconds to go on the clock, and that will take us to halftime. It's 1-1 at the break, and we'll have our halftime show coverage when we come back. We welcome you back to Hayes High School on the halftime show as we are tied at the break for Hayes High and Garden City 1-1. And how about that first half? Offense tried making the attacks, defense able to break them up. What did you see in that first half?
Yeah, that was a really good. From up here, it looked really good. You know, Garden City, like we said, doesn't look the best on paper, but if you look at the opponents, I mean, those are really good teams. And the fact that we have been able to stay in this game with 1-1, I mean, our offense looks great. Our defense looks even better. You know, we got Kayla Shreen and Brecken in the back, and not to mention Kenny. Kenny has had a great game tonight. He has kept us in this game, which is such a close game. So I think our biggest shout out needs to go out to Kenny in the back line.
Look at the scoring for both teams tonight. Garden City able to get that goal in the 18:38 mark of that first half from number 20, Isaiah Deathridge, the second team WAC selection, off of the header from Kale Schween, able to get it out of the box, able to kick it back in. And then Hayes High on the other end with 9:50 to go in the first half. Cooper Johnson hit it off the hand of one of the defenders for Garden City and able to get it in on the penalty kick. Just shows you got to be alert throughout this entire game.
Yeah. Cooper has really did a great job this game, being able to get in our first goal and just being able to move the ball around. You know, when you're up in the forwards, you can't drop back as much because you're just going to be losing what you just worked for. So you got to keep putting it through the middle. And Henry's done a great job. He's put it back into the middle a couple times and got really close on a couple of them with Ivan. But you just got to keep doing that a couple more times until they eventually fall.
And as we take a look at the WAC standings real fast here, you knew both teams were going to come into this game with a lot of energy, both fighting to get near the top, especially with Garden City on their losing streak. Hayes High trying to compete near the top, which is always going to be a challenge in the WAC with Dodge City, a nationally ranked team, 7-0 on the year. You just got to do whatever you can in tonight's game and see where it takes you.
Yeah, like we played a week ago today, we were here playing against Dodge, and Dodge is, I mean, like you said, it's national rank. So, I mean, 7-0, it's a really tough team. And, I mean, we got 7 seniors out this year, and we're going to be losing them, but I think that's the key feature in how we want to continue in the season and continue to get wins.
And it should be an exciting finish in tonight's game as we'll have our second half action when we come back. Welcome you back here to Hayes High School as we're about ready to get the second half underway. It was an action-packed first half, and the second half should be no different. So, Ethan, I asked you to do this over the break. What would you say your keys to victory are in the second half tonight?
For Garden City, one of their things, they're going to have to keep the ball in their possession. They aren't going to be able to let it get to the Hayes because Hayes is going to try to do the same thing. That's a big thing for both teams. But Garden City, if they want to win, that's going to be their issue, or what they're going to have to figure out is how to keep the ball in their possession. For Hayes, it's going to be getting the ball to the wings, Ivan and Henry, being able to get the ball to the rings and then play them back in to get heads. And because that's how we got the last couple close shots was by playing out to Ivan and Henry and getting it kicked or crossed back in.
Good stuff there. And as Garden City gets the ball to start the second half, they had the attack early on, but instead will work it back now with Nestor Reyes, the junior defender. Now they'll send it back. Jorge Barahona still into the game at goalkeeper for Garden City. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the other junior for them, Alfonso de la Rosa, get some minutes tonight. So Garden City will just keep it in the possession of their defenders at the moment. Now they'll boot it downfield. Kale Schween was going after it at first, and then we'll let it fall into the hands of Kenny Fisher. And he's been active all night tonight. Had some big saves in the first half and has been a key part for Hayes High in this game. As we saw Mason Schleicher there almost get on the breakaway, but Nestor Reyes is able to kick it back to the goalie, and he gets it out of there. And now on the attack, and a good tackle there for Ivan Maldonado. So he gets shoved, and the ball gets taken away from him. Joseph tried passing upfield. Preston Parr able to get the break up there. As this one will roll out of bounds. So the shot was attempted by Justin Diaz. First one of the second half for either team. Now Kenneth Fisher getting ready to send it downfield once again. Just 2 minutes into the second half. Angling it near the Hayes High sideline. Hayes High just works it back and forth between the midfielders, and now they'll pass it up to the strikers. It's Henry Spino working with it. Stops, changes his direction. Garden City able to get another interception on the night. Just working it back and forth, and now they'll try to go on the attack, and Preston Parr able to break it up once again. Brought up by Josh Tamayo. So tried kicking it up. Preston Parr able to get it out of there once again. An active start to him for this second half. Now we'll get some time. Cooper Johnson tying his shoes at the moment. Let's go Gilberto Castro for the Buffaloes. Will get us back into the action on the throw-in. And now a path, and now Kenny Fisher almost had to dive to make the save, but it gets past him to the left side of the goal. It's Justin Diaz tried getting it in as the Buffaloes attempted their second shot of the second half. And Diaz saw the opportunity on that goal. He had a clear path right in front of him. Was angling towards that left side, but just unable to get it in the range of the goal. Hayes High was going to start getting momentum going, but instead will pass it back.
Yeah, Hank, you can really tell Hayes High wants this win. You can tell there's between Mason and Cooper doubling up on guys. I mean, they are trying to get the ball, keep the ball out of the Garden's possession. And at the end of the day, that's the key feature on how they're going to come out on top of this game.
We knew coming into this one it would be a key matchup in the Western Athletic Conference. As we saw both teams get one goal each in that first half, we're seeing both teams trying to go on the attack, and the defense is just breaking it up early on. Garden City will work it back a little bit near that sideline, near their bench. We'll now get a foul on the play there. And we'll get a free kick for Hayes High as Cale Schween will send it downfield. Trying to find Maldonado, but two Garden City players there to break it up. Now the Buffaloes will have to work it back near that bottom right corner of the field.
Now it almost looks like 20 is just playing with Ivan. Just sitting there with the ball, just standing there.
Detheridge was relying on his teammates there for a second, just stopping the game for a second. Just the biggest player for the Buffaloes. Second team All-WAC selection a year ago and entering this season for Keisha Covered. He was one of the biggest players to watch for in Class 6A. Buffaloes will try to send it up on the attack once again. It's a 2-on-1 as Preston Parr able to get it out of there. Kick it out of bounds near on this side of the attacking third for the Buffaloes. Castro will throw it in once again. Joseph with it has to work it back near midfield. Hayes High had some tight defense there. It was Jacob Hemphill, the defender, trying to get stuff going. Now 6 minutes into the second half. Hayes High will get the throw in near their corner. Try playing it slow at first, but now Garden City will go on the attack right away. And Kenny Fisher able to get another save on the night as this one will roll out of bounds. It didn't look like that one was going to be on goal, maybe just on the bottom part of the post, but Kenny Fisher has been very active tonight as he gets another save. It'll be Josh Tamayo kicking it in from the corner for the Buffaloes. And over the head of everybody. As we'll go back towards that corner. Wait for everybody to set up, and now Kenny Fisher will get it back once again as Hayes High had the advantage there with the players. Now Kenny getting ready to kick it downfield again. So angle this one near the benches on the opposite side of the field. Schleicher with it, waiting for his guys to catch up, and now one of the Buffaloes try to come from behind and get the steal on him. Work it back to their goalie once again. Still seeing both teams on the attack in the second half, but defense has really stepped up, trying to prevent them from getting into the attacking third and pushing it back the other way. It's just gone back and forth. It's almost like a war or a battle out here. Garden City will pass it up. It's broken up by Hayes High. Jalen Smith able to get his foot in the way. Buffaloes will pull back, waiting to get things set up and back to their goalie once again. We've seen both teams doing that tonight, just like a full reset when they're trying to build the momentum. They'll bring it back all the way to their goalie and get a fresh start on the offensive attack.
Yeah, that strategy has been very popular tonight, and it doesn't really surprise you because when they get so tight like this, they just need to take a step back, kind of reset, and really that's a smart thing to do by both teams doing it tonight.
Yep. Kenny Fisher will get it back once again and will kick it downfield. Hayes High was playing their guys back a little bit. Mason Schleicher was alone there at midfield. So he had three Buffaloes surrounding him. Now Parr will work it upfield, gives it to Johnson, and now Hayes High has got three guys that are able to break it up. And a slide tackle attempt, and Maldonado falls to the ground, and there that whistle was going to, you knew that whistle was going to come as it was a tackle from behind, no matter what. Even if you touch the ball first, they're going to get you the whistle for that every time. First foul of the second half for either team. So we're a quarter of the way through the second half. Parr will send it downfield. And Diego Padilla able to break it up for Garden City as they'll try to go on the attack once again. It was Jacob Hemphill there that fell down there for Hayes High, but that time it's able to roll out of bounds.
Kale Shreen was able to read that Jacob fell down, so he was able to transfer over there. And I really don't think if Kale wasn't there, I think Garden would have got a lot better off that play than what they did.
Cooper Johnson will get it, tried dropping it over some Garden City midfielders, and now Hayes High's got the 3-on-1 advantage, but the ball was just got away from him as Kelby Joseph able to get it back from Garden City on the attack. Hayes High's got the advantage. Garden City will pull back a little bit because of that. Now the work up field. The pass near that sideline is falling down with Sergio Andrade. Now deep. They'll try to go near the goal again, and Kenny Fisher able to get a hold of it. And you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think that's the first time we've seen Kenny Fisher punt the ball or drop kick the ball tonight.
I think so too. You know, the defense has really did a great job of keeping the ball away from Kenny. You know, there is a couple times that a forward has slipped through, but then Kenny is there. You know, when besides Kenny being really good, I think it's the defense. It's got to go to the next person or people.
Hayes High will continue to play 3 defenders back as it goes off the head of Schween near the touchline on our side. Cooper Johnson got pushed to the ground, and the whistle comes in, and Hayes High is going to get a free kick. It'll be Kenny Fisher getting the free kick because he'll send it downfield. Near the Garden City bench, Henry Spino right there has to jump to get a hold of it. Now Garden City working it back once again, trying to get that fresh reset. So we'll try passing it upfield once again. Went off of Breckenati for Hayes High. Sophomore defender. And now, so we had a collision there between an Indian and a Buffalo.
It looks like Brecken wants more than what he got for the. It looks like he might be wanting a yellow.
And we'll see if they give it to him.
And now the captain, Cooper Johnson. Oh, it looks like Brecken was called for the foul. That's what Brecken was arguing.
And that's the first foul of the game for Hayes High as well. So it'll be a free kick for Garden City. Hayes High will put a wall of 3 in front of him, trying to avoid the second goal of the night for Garden City. Again, their first one came in the 18:38 mark of that first half off of a corner kick that got hit out by Hayes High, and then a dart kick near the back right flank for Garden City. So try the free kick. It goes over the goal, and Hayes High is going to get a goal kick from Kenny Fisher once again. So the Buffaloes still in search. They've gotten four shots off tonight in the second half. Still looking for the first one to be on goal. Fisher will work towards the bottom to the bottom right of the 6-yard box. Sent it downfield, and it's hit off the head of Kelby Joseph, the midfielder for Garden City. See the offense and defense for both teams getting aggressive near that middle third. Now Hayes High with it will pull it back a little bit. Now Garden City will get a 4-on-3, and Kenny Fisher making a diving effort near the left side of the goal, but it goes off to the side. And it's another goal kick for Hayes High. This one a little bit lower than what we've seen from Kenny as he gets the goal kick off tonight. Now Lonsdale will run up ahead, fell to the ground, and they're going to get a foul call on Garden City, and Hayes High is going to get another free kick.
You can tell Garden City is not happy with the way this game is going right now. They've had so many fouls in the last, or just in fouls, but then the way they're playing, they're definitely being a little more handsy. And you can tell they think they should be winning by a lot more than what they really are.
That's always going to be the case when you have a game like this where you got teams constantly on the attack, on the defense. Just going to have nights like that. Saysa will get it in. Lonsdale will have it in the corner, and this one will roll out of bounds. Can't quite see the line judge, but from the way it looks of it, Hayes High is going to get another corner kick as it'll be their 4th one of the night and the first one of this half for either team. So both teams trying to pull away as we're about halfway through the second half. There's 23-28 on the clock. And he'll drop it in. It's hit off the head of a Buffalo. Gilberto Castro able to get it out of there. Lonsdale able to get it back for Hayes High. Being pressured heavily, and now Hayes High going to work it back a little bit, but now Garden City trying to go on the attack, but this one will roll out of bounds.
Yeah, you could definitely see some heavy contact there between both teams. And so that just shows you how much each team really wants to win.
And this is the part of the field where they're seeing both teams get more aggressive as Hayes High had the ball in that middle third trying to get something going again, but Garden City right there to break it up again. As they'll boot it downfield again. Be a slide tackle for Garden City, and now a kick upfield near midfield. It's Garden City trying to find an open zone, and Cal Lonsdale trying to come up with the interception. We'll see Garden City do that same thing again, where if the plan fails, you go back to the goalie and start all over again.
And honestly, Hank, that's probably not a bad idea. You know, you're able to reset like that. You're able to move the ball and get it back to where you want it to get.
And Kenny Fisher able to make a save on a shot on goal that was almost from midfield. It's the first shot on goal of this half for Garden City. Kenny Fisher coming up with another save in this half. Saysa able to work it upfield right away. Perez against Lozano. So we'll try kicking it upfield. Garden City defenders playing some tight defense, and now both players going for the slide tackle there as they both come to their feet at the same time. And it's going to be Hayes High ball.
Yeah, now you're going to see the teams really start to step it up a notch. They're going to try to play a lot faster, get the ball off their foot a lot faster. You know, just because they're coming down with just 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes left in the game. You know, they're really going to try to come out. Both teams are, you can tell both teams are moving a lot faster.
Saysa will kick it upfield on the free kick. Kale Schween right there off of the hands of the goalie, but he's able to regain himself. And that'll be the first save of the half for Garden City. They got called for the penalty, and then Hayes High able to get it upfield. As Borahona makes his first save of this half. And just as I was talking, they moved it down the field right away once again, and Kenny Fisher able to come out with it. There was a collision near the top of the box. Now Garden City will throw it in near their bench. Correction, it's Hayes High throwing it in near the Garden City bench. Buffaloes will get the boot off. Hayes High will kick it back to Kenny Fisher. A little bit different than what we saw with Garden City when they moved it back to their goalie. Hayes High would get their defense set back up a little bit. When it went back to Kenny Fisher, you saw Garden City right there ready on the attack.
You know, honestly, Hank, that might not be a bad idea. You know, if Henry, everyone makes mistakes. Kenny could have very easily made a mistake, and Garden City would have right there and would have easily re-overtaken, and it would have been a wide open goal for Garden.
And we saw that goal, that goal attempt that was it was on goal, and it was a kick from Garden City near midfield, and they almost got Kenny Fisher to have the ball bounce over his head, but they're just trying to catch him napping at some point and take advantage of it. We'll see Castro get another throw in from.
It almost looks like there's some communication going on between the player and the sideline right now, between his teammates from JV.
Yeah, not quite sure what the stoppage of play was, but we'll stop the game. Looks like we're going to get a free kick for the Buffaloes. It'll be by number 6, Josh Tamayo, near the 20-yard line of the football markings. Hayes High will again put up a wall of 3 players. Tamayo will run up, able to get it over them, and now Kenny Fisher on the defense once again. On goal, but he gets another save. Hayes High will go on the attack. Garden City's midfielders right there. Moving up the field. 2-on-1, but Garden City able to keep possession. And I believe that was Gilbert, or correction, it was number 8, Daniel Lozano. Saw him limping a little bit at the end of the play when he collided. $17:45 to go here in the game. Now we'll see Joseph working up the field once again. And Kenny Fisher making another diving save for the Indians. And it'll go out of bounds. How about the night he is having?
It is. He is having a really good night. You know, our defense is really stopping a lot, but anything that gets past him is not getting past Kenny. And then, even though Kenny was not able to successfully hold on to the ball right there, Preston Parr would realize that he was back there right away to clear the ball out of the field.
That's 8 shots in this half for Garden City. 3 of them have been on goal, but Kenny Fisher has been able to get 4 saves in this half. See some juggling there by Hayes High, and now Garden City able to get the ball back. Kel Schween will kick it out of bounds. See the Buffaloes throw it in once again, and we're going to get some substitutions. 1 for Hayes High, 2 for Garden City. As Ivan Maldonado will check out of the game, and we'll see Eric Cisneros check back into the game. And Diego Padilla tried moving it up ahead, but it got hit by one of the Hayes High players. They're able to get it out of there. And Hayes High trying to go on the attack when they get the chance to, but Garden City just right there trying to put some pressure on them. It's a team that's been very strong at defense. I'll remind you, all 6 of their losses this season have been by just 1 point. And so far this season, they've only allowed they came into this game only allowing 13 goals on the year in 8 games.
Not to mention that Garden City went into overtime with Dodge. We lost to 7-0 last week. So by keeping up with them 1-1 at 15 minutes left, this has really showed how much harder Hayes High wants to win, and they put in this much more work over the week. So this is Hayes High has really come out and stepped up to the plate.
Now Garden City on the run. And a slide tackle there by Cale Schween. Ariola was working towards the bottom wing. Schween able to get the slide tackle to stop the momentum. We'll switch it out, and now Castro will head over to throw it in. Now we'll see a substitution for the goalie position for Garden City as Alfonso De La Rosa, the other junior goalie, making his first appearance on the night. There was a foul called on Garden City on that last play. It was against number 5, Giovanni Rodriguez. Now Schween will get the free kick with 14 minutes to go as Hayes High tries to get the momentum going. In need of a win tonight to try to improve their status in the WAC standings. And a slide tackle by the Buffaloes as they got 4 guys on that side of the field. Hayes High's defenders dropping back. They'll pass it out, and now Castro on the run. Pulls it back. Just working back and forth on the wing. So they'll pass it forward, and it'll go out of bounds. Able to run in, I believe it was number 6, Eduardo Maldonado.
This is part of the game where everything starts to get stepped up to speed. So you're going to Hayes High is going to have to be able to match that. And here it looks like they're going to attempt to with making a couple more subs. So it's really major that we are able to step up and not just slow down, but have to go even faster than Garden if we want to come out on top of this game.
Yeah, we'll see Mason Schleicher, Hayes High's leading scorer, check back into the game along with another senior, Henry Spino. This one, high kick, and it goes almost out of bounds. Cale Schween kicked it out of bounds. Kenny Fisher was running there to try to field it. But we're going to get the first corner kick of this half for Garden City. They've only had 2 so far in this game. And last time they were able to get a goal as Hayes High was able to head it out of the box. And then the Buffaloes were able to kick it in. But Hayes High able to get out. Henry Spino on the run, able to get it past the defender for the Buffaloes. As he runs near the Garden City bench. Has some help there with Perez. Spino tries to do some moves, passes it up ahead. Jalen Smith there, and now will be fielded by the goalie who just checked in a second ago, Alfonso De La Rosa. "12 minutes to go in the game, and a deep kick there from De La Rosa. Fisher will run over there and field it.
That was very smart of KO to put it back to Kenny instead of keeping it forward, because the whole team, both teams needed to get reset. And so that was very smart of KO to stop always going forward on the heads.
Henry Spino with the ball, thought about trying to pass it to Cisneros, and it just misses the top right corner of the goal as Mason Schleicher misses the attempt, and now it's going to be a goal kick for Garden City.
Yeah, that was the second shot Mason has had tonight. And, that was a really good shot. He is one of the better players that no one, when he walks out onto the field, they don't expect that out of him. So by showing him, they're going to need to watch him a little closer.
De La Rosa will boot it downfield. 3 Hayes High midfielders there ready for it, but Garden City able to get on the attack. As Cale Schween pushes one of their players out of the way, Ariola, one of the forwards. It's Cooper Johnson working it upfield with a one-on-one, also has a Buffalo behind him. And too far upfield as this one will be kicked out of bounds, and this one's going to be a corner kick for Hayes High. Their second one of this half coming up right here. A chance to try and score with 10 minutes to go.
And here they're going to probably try to get it on Kale's head again. The last corner kick they had this half, they tried to, but Garden was right there. So this time they're going to try to get it on Kale's head again, because that's the reason why Kale comes up from being defender right now.
And he kicks it up. He aims it near Schween, and he misses it with the header. And the Buffalo's able to just get out of there as it goes near Mason Schleicher. He hits it off his head. Both teams just volleying it with their head as it gets out of there, and Kale Schween able to come out with it. And Azai had the chance there. It was aimed for Kale Schween, and now we're going to get a tackle. A lot of Hayes High fans wanting the penalty call, but they don't get it. Buffaloes work their way out of there. Down the sideline, Areola will change direction. Jalen Smith able to break it up on the tackle. Aside working outfield. Cooper Johnson just put it a little too far out of the reach of the forward. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the game. Tied 1-1. Both teams using their offense in the second half, but the defense is just showing up right away to cut them off before they can continue any farther. Buffaloes will work it upfield. Hayes High's got their defenders there, and it's kicked out of bounds by Kyler Luck. See another substitution now for Garden City as Diego Padilla will check out of the game. It looks like it's going to be number 9, Jael Espinoza, into the game now. The senior midfielder checking back in. Hayes High able to get the ball out of there once again, and it's going to be a corner kick as Oscar Perez kicked it out of there. See another sub into the game now for Garden City as number 20, or correction, for the Indians, it's number 21, Ivan Maldonado, back into the game. Hayes High gets the ball out of bounds once again, trying to prevent Garden City from building the momentum and possibly scoring the go-ahead goal as we're under 8 minutes to go. The pass goes right to Cooper Johnson. Hayes High able to get it out of there, and it goes into the air. Kale Schween right there to try to head it out. And Mason Schleicher kicking it downfield, lands right on the 0 of the 30 for the football markings. Hayes High stopped. They had the momentum. Maldonado stops and tries kicking it upfield. Try getting it to Spino, and Schleicher right there, able to get it away from him, and he kicks it back. As it goes upfield, Schleicher just missed it as it goes out towards the left side of the goal. It was actually Oscar Perez that went in there to break up on the tackle. We're going to get another goal kick for Garden City.
Yeah, but none of that would have been possible without Ivan taking on that 2v1. Ivan had 2 defenders on him, and he went back a little. That's why I say you got to watch out for him at the beginning of the game, because he's a sophomore, he's young, but he still knows how to compete up with the juniors and seniors out on the field right now.
De La Rosa will boot it downfield. Landing at midfield, Kale Schween will head it up ahead. It's Tristan Bernal with it now, passing it up. This is broken up by one of Hayes High's midfielders. They'll throw it back in. 6:37 on the clock. Both teams trying to pull away in a must-win game for their chances at winning a WAC title, or at least trying to compete back to that number 1 spot against a tough Dodge City team who has the number 1 spot. We kicked upfield by Nestor Reyes, the junior defender. Maldonado tried getting the pass up ahead, and it's kicked once again out of bounds by Castro. Exactly 6 minutes on the clock. Hayes High trying to get something going. Preston Parr with it, throwing it upfield. Mason Schleicher with a 2-on-1. And has it taken away from him. Deathridge thought about moving it forward, but stopped, and will say we'll work it back towards the goalie again. Back near the Hayes High bench, Garden City loses it as Henry Spino gets a hold of it. And as the Buffaloes got it right back, they'll work it up ahead. Kenny Fisher right there to field it. He thought about throwing it, which I don't believe we've seen him do that either tonight. It's mostly been just drop kicks and placing it to kick it. It's hit off the head of Maldonado as he falls to the ground. Garden City going with the goalie reset once again. Under 5 minutes to play. Garden City tried going on the attack once again, and breaking it up that time was number 26, Brecken Audi. Seen a lot of good things from the sophomore this year. So it'll be taken by Spino as he stops, waits for everything to set up. Now Perez, 3 Buffaloes in his area as he tries to get it out of there. He's getting grabbed, and we'll have it taken away from him once again as Garden City sends it downfield. 2 players, one for Hayes High, one for Garden City, making the slide tackle, and Preston Parr needs some help getting up as he's grabbing the back of his leg. Ivan Maldonado will take it. Has it taken away from him once again. It's Diego Padilla working up with it, waiting for his man who is running along the far touchline. And now Kenny Fisher getting another save. And how about that for Kenny Fisher? That's now 5 saves for him on the night.
See it or not.
Hayes High trying to get back into Garden City's defending territory. It's Henry Spino working on that side of the field. They'll pass it back to the goalie. As the ball gets to him, he'll kick it right away. Maldonado tried getting it up to Johnson. Now Schleicher successfully gets it to Johnson. Doing some moves on a 2-on-1. Trying to get the ball out of there. So he almost fell to the ground. Garden City will send it downfield once again on a clear kick. 2:49 to go. Hayes High starting to get their attack going a little bit. Haven't seen much of it in the second half as we did in the first half as this one goes out of bounds.
Well, I think part of that reason is because the Garden City came in the first half thinking they were really going to get a good lead, and when Hayes High held them to that 1-1, like, okay, now we got to step up the game. But Hayes High recognized that, and so they stepped up right with them. And so that's why I think this game is there's been no point scored in the second half because both teams wanted to step up, and Hayes High has met that expectation from Garden City.
The wait for the Buffalo, who's throwing it in to get his socks set up. It's number 16, Gilberto Castro. Just 2 minutes to go in this game, still tied 1-1. Henry Spino will work his way back trying to steal it, but the Buffaloes will send it downfield. Kale Schween hits it off his head. And Schleicher passing it up. Smith able to slide and get it back as Maldonado has it taken away from him now on the tackle, but he was able to get it back. Henry Spino with a 1-on-1 near the sideline. Gets kicked out of bounds. It's going to be Hayes High ball. Spino will throw it in up ahead near Cooper Johnson. As he stops, pushes the guy out of his way, running near the goal, and stops and loses it for a second as it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in for Hayes High. This is what it all comes down to. 75 seconds to go as Hayes High gets ready to throw it in. It'll be Preston Parr. Hayes High playing everyone on this side. They got 2 defenders in the back as they'll throw it up to Kale Schween. Off of his head, up ahead, and it's over the goal as it's defended by De La Rosa. Just 50 seconds to go as they'll get everything set back up, but now it's going to be a corner kick for Hayes High.
You know, if this is the point when Hayes High needs to get going. There's 43 seconds left, so if they're smart, they need to just hold off for a second and then kick it in, and then get in with not much time left if they score.
It'll be Ivan Maldonado sending it in from the corner. Hayes High's 3rd corner kick of this half. And playing near there is Henry Spino. He'll run up, send it up. and it was aimed for Kale Schween once again as he tried to head it in. Hayes High will work it back. Mason Schleicher. Hayes High has to set it up. 13 seconds to go as Preston Parr drops it up. Maldonado with it. And now the Buffaloes will get control of it. This one's going to roll down the sideline with 2 seconds and 1 second, and that'll be the end of the second half. So it's 1-1 as we will go to overtime, and we'll be back in a moment and see how this game plays out. We welcome you back to Hayes High School as we are about ready to begin our first overtime period of the night. Both teams looking for a big win tonight as you take a look on your screen at the WAC standings. Dodge City still the team up top. Hayes High needing a huge win tonight to keep up their hopes to win the WAC title as well. And Garden City just trying to break out of that spot near the bottom after the tough competition they faced at the beginning of the season. So this is what it all comes down to in this big of a game, the first overtime period. You got to wonder how each team's going to approach this. If Garden City is going to continue to attack, if Hayes High is going to continue to play back their defense, or if they try and attack of their own. It's a real mystery right here. We get a stoppage of play right away as the overtime period gets underway. Hayes High sent it downfield. Kyler Luck gets ready to throw it in for Hayes High. Again, overtime periods, there's 2, each being 10 minutes. Henry Spino has it near the wing. He'll throw it back to Cooper Johnson, and he tried getting it on a pass to his teammate number 16, Camden Luck. And now the Buffaloes trying to go on the attack. It'll go upfield. Rodriguez sends it back, and Jalen Smith had the ball, and he loses it, and it's going to stay with Garden City. And it didn't even take a minute, and we already got the answer to our question of how each team's going to approach this. It looks like both teams are going on the attack right away.
Yeah, absolutely, Hank. But that's the only way we're going to come out and win. You know, each team is going to have to step up to the plate, like I mentioned earlier, and both teams did during second half, and it looks like both teams have again during overtime. You know, they can't expect the other team to be tired. They got to come out with more energy than the other team. That's the only way to win the game.
Just as Garden City throws it in, it goes out of bounds right away. Hayes High will get the throw in. It'll be Kyler Luck. It'll be a short throw in to Henry Spino. It goes off his head. It's Garden City trying to work upfield, trying to get past Kate Fisher, and they had a chance to score right there, but it went right through Giles Espinoza as he tried kicking it. It just went right past him as he made the attempt. Garden City able to regain the ball, work it upfield. As they enter the box, it'll go out of bounds.
Well, there you can see he actually took a touch. When he tried to just kick it from the first time, he just tried to, for that one-to-one touch. You know, that's how important it is. Take 2 touches. Make sure you got the ball in a stable control instead of just risking it like what he did. And that's why there he lost it.
Kenny Fisher will boot it downfield. Trying to hit Mason Schleicher, just barely goes over his head. Hayes High able to regain possession of it. Now Henry Spino on the attack, running down the sideline. On the wing, stops, changes direction. On a 2-on-1, trying to find a way to pass it out. Will work it up near the goal and just gets it. And Garden City just able to get it out of there. Cooper Johnson able to get it back for Hayes High. And the Buffaloes will boot it downfield as this one will start to roll out of bounds. So Hayes High will get another throw in here. Looks like Preston Parr will be throwing it in this time. As he looks, throw it downfield, and Garden City kicking it out of bounds once again. 6:19 to go in this first overtime period. Hayes High just continuing to use that sideline as they try throwing it in up ahead. This one goes out of the back goal line, and it'll be a goal kick for Garden City. Still De La Rosa in the game for Garden City. So there was a collision between Jalen Smith and a Garden City midfielder. Cooper Johnson will go on the run up ahead to Henry Spino on the wing, trying to do some moves, get past his man. Henry Spino with the kick, but it hits off of a Garden City defender, and De La Rosa there to bat it out of the way. And it went off the head of a Garden City player, not sure who it was. Hayes High trying to rebound. But now Garden City will run it up ahead. And Henry Spino almost coming out of the box, instead will go back in and field it. So we're about halfway through this first overtime period. Not quite sure what they're stopping play for, but the ref is saying something to Kenny. He'll try a drop kick for the second time tonight, sending it downfield deep near Mason Schleicher as it bounces over a Garden City player's head. Hayes High's got the chance to go on the attack. Schleicher there, but De La Rosa runs up and gets the ball out of the way for Garden City.
You know, one of the issues with having Mason Schleicher out there is he's a really beneficial part of the team, but just like that, with his height, it's just other kids try to shove him around. That's what he kind of got shoved there, but ref didn't call nothing, so.
Garden City working it up the field once again, and now Espinoza near the corner. And a one-on-one against Preston Parr, just working back and forth. Parr playing great defense on him. He's able to break up the pass and have it go out of bounds. And it'll stay with Garden City. Espinoza, one of the key seniors for Garden City. Great defense there from Preston Parr to keep it out of the way. Let's look at the throw in. It'll be near the box, but Hayes High able to get to head it out once again. As Maldonado does some moves, it rolls out of bounds, but it'll stay with Hayes High. And look at the throw in at the 4-minute mark of this first overtime period.
For Hayes High is number 6, Eduardo Maldonado.
So we just had a substitution for Hayes High. The junior midfielder Eduardo Maldonado just checked into the game as Hayes High tried going on the attack there near the corner. Garden City able to regain possession of it. Just working the sideline against Ivan Maldonado. As they work it up the field, the pass up ahead. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds, but Cale Schween was there on the defense. And now Garden City on the run stops. Schween pushes him down, and it's going to be a foul called against Hayes High. Cale Schween ran up ahead trying to get on the defense, but instead ended up pushing a player down.
Yeah, now they're going to try to take their time, just run time off the clock here.
It'll be the second penalty kick of the night for either team. First one for Garden City. Kenny Fisher's been a key part of the team tonight. We'll see if he can come up big right here. It'll be the senior Eli Ariola for Garden City. Against Kenny Fisher. Has only allowed one goal tonight, but has been a huge part of the defense. He'll run up, put it towards the left side, and he gets it in with 3:08 to go. So Hayes High will work it back up to midfield, just needing to come up with a goal to at least tie it. It's been a strong showing tonight from both teams. You can clearly see both of them won it tonight. So Hayes High tried wasting no time. They got it up to Henry Spino, but it goes out of bounds.
Trying to do something we worked on in practices, where you kick it back and have one of the wings just sprint forward and try to hope for the best luck, and that's what they just tried there.
De La Rosa will send it downfield. Hayes High able to get it back. Getting the tackle there for Garden City was Josh Tamayo. Working outfield,